You all appreciate it.
Okay, my name is Dr. Ronald Beavers. I'm the clinical director here at His Shelter in Arms, and I'm also the president and CEO for the Positive Imagery Foundation and the Veteran Service Outreach Program. And one of the things, or one of the questions I should state that was asked of me is, what do I think was the most important thing my mother told me coming up? Well, like so many of us, there was a lot, but the most salient point I can bring up at this point, my mother taught me how to not fear the system. She taught me how to write, to put in grievances. She taught me about civil rights. She spoke to me because my mother was an English teacher, but she taught me how to put my thoughts, the most important part, on paper and not be afraid to cohesively send them and to voice a complaint. We being black folk, we have a tendency to verbalize a lot. That's what we do in our communication. But also we're missing a very salient point here, and that is that we need to learn how to put our thoughts on paper. When we do that, we're able to communicate effectively. And there are certain laws when you put your thoughts that they have to respond to you in a certain time period. If not, what happens is that they can be held liable. I'll give you an example. If anybody's ever been evicted, or when they send you a 3-day notice, they always do it in writing. They give you a certain time to respond. Well, if you negate that responsibility and don't respond at all, that gives them to right then to really jerk your life over. So the most important thing my mother gave me was to knowing how to put my thoughts on paper and respond appropriately to any situation, regardless about how I feel about it. This tidbit of information is to all the mothers of single mothers that are raising boys. The question was posed to me, what can I say that can help you? Well, my mother most of the time was a single mother. But I can say this, is that whatever you do not take your issues to take them out on the child. Separate, even if there was a divorce or separation, but separate your issues from your child. Do not speak negatively about the father, what the father's not doing, because the child starts thinking about, well, why did you get with my father if this is the way you really feel about him? Well, there must have been some type of attraction there. So we need to pull on the positive points of any type of relationship on why this child is there, regardless of what the circumstances are. And then we need to also tell that child how special they are. And we need to really work from those premises. Also, I know this may be mother's fears, but the mother needs to let the child be a boy and be with other young boys and other young men. They have healthy social outings, but the best is to get into basketball, football. I ran track, I played basketball, but it helps that young man learn how to get along with other young men. This is something that is a big problem with our black youth and brown youth and white youth to this day, but not so much the white. But our little Latino brothers and our little black brothers are really going through some struggles. I call it becoming Americanized. And we're so busy trying to fit into this system, where this system we know is not built to favor certain ethnic groups. Okay, so that we have to learn to support our little black and brown boys so that they don't grow up with these fears. We need to learn how to do this because we can't let them own our own hang-ups. That's the bottom line. Don't take your luggage and pass it on to them young men. They're going to have enough as it is growing up. Trust me on that one. So you don't want to add any garbage on that. But what you want to do is so when they get older, they can remember how moms was and how positive moms spoke. Because believe me, this comes back. And we're trying to break cycles of dysfunction. We're trying to break cycles of really just self-destructing. So that's my advice. Thank you.